Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. This is Dylan with Tucson Future Classics, and that is our 2018 Tesla Model 3. If you knew someone that wanted a car but didn't really care much about cars and just needed a cheap, easy-to-run appliance of a vehicle, the answer always used to be Camry. Well, now it's Model 3. When this came out, this was the gold standard against which electric sedans were measured. To that point, Tesla still is. Say what you will about Mr. Musk's personal proclivities, but the team of engineers he set loose on their mid-size sedan project that became the Model 3 knocked it out of the park. Lowest coefficient of drag of any vehicle in its class when it came out at 0.23. Means you get better high-speed range and quieter cabin because there's less drag. You've got a 270 horsepower rear-wheel drive motor and a 65 kilowatt-hour battery pack in this mid-range version, which means you get 220 miles of real-world driving range, and if you stand on it, you get that nice rear-wheel drive shove, like you get from a good drivetrain. And with instant EV torque, it accelerates properly quick. This one is a one-owner car coming out of Southern California with just under 95,000 miles on it. Really standout thing in these is the UI, the interface, and all of the tech. I mean, you sync your phone to your Tesla and you're tied into everything. You pull up to a supercharger station. You just plug the car straight in, the payment data is saved on your phone, and it goes. No worrying about if the card reader is down or if the, Electrify America station is acting up. This is a Tesla. You get the supercharging network. You get the largest and most robust network of charging stations in the country. And if you need to use another one, the J1772 adapter comes with the car, so you can plug into other ones. Using your phone, you can lock and unlock this car, preheat and pre-cool the vehicle by accessing the HVAC. You can kick on its full suite of cameras to activate Sentry mode, basically turning this into a driving ring camera, where if people get too close, it'll record and it'll alert you to your phone, and you can monitor it real time. It's got a built-in dash camera, where if you take a USB drive and plug it in, it will keep a rolling record of your drives, and it'll activate and save snippets of your drive, either with too many G-forces from braking or turning, if you honk the horn, or if you manually tell it to begin recording. It's a really, really clean and minimalist design inside. Super easy to work once you get the feel for everything. And it's just a nice, simple place to be and an easy car to drive. So let's get inside, get under the hood, get in the trunk, and take it for a spin. Up here in the frunk, Teslas are all about maintaining a super minimalist and easy operating experience, so it's the same thing up here. Decent storage space. This pulls up, we got your tow hook there. That's it. Good weather stripping around to keep this sealed. And up here, the only things that you need to access or worry about accessing for the operation of your car are under this panel. It pops right out. That's the intake for the air into the cabin. There's a cabin air filter in the car. There's your 12-volt auxiliary battery that runs all the little stuff. Brake fluid reservoir here, and your washer fluid reservoir there. That's it. Here in the trunk, not a lot going on. It's very deep. The back seats fold down with buttons inside. You've got pockets left. And in the center, underneath, since there's no spare, you get a big, deep, hidden storage area underneath the main load floor. Backseat of Tesla here gives you another really good look at that big panoramic roof up front. And as I turn the camera around, you'll see that glass extends all the way to the back. Very, very cool setup back here. And at 6'1" and 260 pounds, these back seats lean pretty far back. The notch in the front seats is pretty amply spaced. Got a pocket. I fit pretty good back here. Turn this around one more time. You'll see on both sides, you have your hooks for hanging up clothes here. Pretty deep storage pockets, driver and passenger door. Cubbies behind the seats there. USB chargers here, and that center armrest with 2 cup holders. Plus, those quick clip child seat restraints back here, and with the big top mounts for all 3 seats in the back. Up here in the driver's seat of the Model 3, you'll see that super minimalist aesthetic extends all throughout the car. You've got very few tactile buttons, that being your window buttons here, your door release, which you push and it pops the door popper there. You've got turn signal stalk here with quick touch windshield wiper controls, push turn them on, and the spray. And this side of your drive mode controls, park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then you tap it down again twice. That engages that autopilot mode. This one doesn't do all that much. It'll control your driving distance and the set speed for the cruise control and the autopilot. This here is your volume, and it'll jump forward and backward stations if you ask it to. But over here in the big iPad, this is where it all really happens. You have a billion settings available to you in here, and this is how you do everything from fold in your mirrors, enter car wash mode, turn Sentry mode on and off from within the car, adjust the steering wheel, open your glove box. I mean, everything you need to do and you need the car to do is accessible right here, down to how you want the car to feel, whether it accelerates rapidly or more easy, the weight of the steering, one pedal driving, basically creep, roll, and hold controls how the car feels when you take your foot off the gas. The amount of regen it uses, slip start if you're in somewhere slippery like mud or snow or sand, this will allow the tires to scramble just a little bit for traction. You can change your charging, your autopilot settings. When you make this car your own, you will set up all of your settings under your driver profile one time, and it'll be just locked in. Your seat's always going to go back to where you have it set. The mirrors are always going to go. The steering wheel is going to adjust itself to where you want it to be and where it's saved. And using the phone app, you can do all of that, dial all that in, and remotely cool the car off or heat the car up, change the climate control settings on the fly. You could unlock this car from the other side of the world. It's pretty wild. You can even honk the horn through the phone app. But if for whatever reason you're lending the car to someone who don't have your phone app, we also have 2 of these. The Tesla credit cards. These are the credit card keys that act as backups, and we've got a pair of them. You touch them to the B pillar on the door, and it unlocks. If you don't have the app, you put that to here, and that is what tells the car it is good to drive. Another fun thing, under here, this is a dual phone wireless charger. Put your phone vertically on the pad, and if your phone can do wireless charging, it'll go. Down here, just a big, deep storage cubby where you can bury a lot of stuff. Standard cup holders here. If I scroll all the way back up to controls, pop the glove box, show you. There's a grippy mat there if you need to put another phone inside there. Model 3 maintenance book, and that is that J1772 converter to allow you to charge with, not just the Tesla proprietary plugs, but plug into any standard fast charging receptacle. Raised cubby here. Big, deep console running all the way up under here. Super minimalist, but packed with a lot of features. And naturally, the driver and passenger seats are all power, including lumbar and all that good stuff. And you've got pretty deep cup holders there and cubbies to hold your big, like, Nalgene water bottles or your Stanley cups, what have you. Whatever large implement of holding liquid you have, it'll go right in there. But let's get this thing out for a rip. You'll see the map is the default screen here, along with the vehicle display here. So press park. I'll tell it to power up. Pull down. Boom. And now you can see the sensor suite around it. And naturally, as an EV, we all know this thing is going to be stupendously quiet. But as we go down through this parking garage, and I'm actually going to move through here with a little bit of alacrity, that'll let you guys hear, squeaks, rattles, or suspension noise that, windows down, radio off, you would be much more apparent now than would otherwise be if I was driving with the windows up. So listen close. Basically, no noise under acceleration or under braking, even using the physical brakes, not just regen as I'm slowing down here. The only thing you really hear is a little bit of the tires scrambling for traction. Sensor suite on this thing in regards to parking. Like, we're gonna go next to that big old Ram 3500 right there. Knock it into reverse, and now you see, not only do we have every camera on the vehicle, rear and side cameras showing, but this will show us the projected lines in real time. And let's just say I'm not doing that great of a job backing up. If I get a little bit too close to any one thing, that left screen will show in real time our distance from it, even measuring it in inches and then warning us to stop if we get too close. It's pretty cool, and it makes running into concrete barriers, parking pylons, or cars parked next to you significantly more difficult than it used to be. All right, cruising down a little municipal road here. You can even double tap down and it will automatically run you. Like, it'll allow you to go 5 over the speed limit unless you change the settings, and it'll just keep you centered in its lane and do its thing, even on low speed municipal roads. Hit the turn signal and it allows you to change lanes. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and really, really convenient. So, nearly empty frontage road, time for a 0 to 50 to 0, full acceleration and full ABS braking to show you how this thing handles at both extremes, and to show that there's no undue suspension stuff that you otherwise couldn't hide. Ready, set, go. Yeah, it's good. All right, out here on the highway, autopilot is on, has one of the best lane centering and sensor suites out there. Like, it'll even be able to identify what kind of vehicle you are passing as you pass it. Here's how it feels cruising along at 75. You know, for an EV, it's really quiet. It's amazing how much more wind and road you can hear now there's not the drone of an engine in the background. But yeah, these things are great commuters. It's super comfy, and like, as it closes in on this truck, it's going to start bringing our speed down to modify our following distance. You keep a little bit of pressure on the wheel just so it knows you're there, and just let it do its thing. Like, obviously, you can't be like taking a nap while you're driving the thing, but it definitely can reduce fatigue on longer drives. Well, you've heard this. At low speed on nice pavement, at high speed on the interstate. Let's take you at low speed, windows open, on some not so great pavement. Listen as the shocks and chassis work to soak up all the bumps from this pretty cracked and torn up pavement in this little, municipal residential area. But it does a great job of it, and even, with this being an EV, having no other real outside noise than wind and road noise. Not particularly clattery. Here, shut the windows and show you how much less you hear when those things are closed. Yeah, pretty good. Even over big stuff like that manhole cover there, or the speed bump ahead of me here. Suspension's pretty dialed in. Got the Tesla back to our own little yard and parked at EV Alley with all of its competitors to wrap everything up. If you've liked what you've seen so far on this Model 3 and you want to see and learn more about this car, please go to our website, TucsonFutureClassics.com. There you'll find the full listing on this vehicle, including a suite of photos, the Carfax Vehicle History Report, and a written description. I do have to ask, however, we are an appointment-only dealership and an operation of only about 4 people. So please give us a phone call, shoot us a text message, email us to info@TucsonFutureClassics.com, hit us up on Facebook Messenger, or slide into our Instagram DMs to get a hold of us. But do please give us a heads up before you come down. It allows us to make the best possible introduction of this vehicle to you. Hopefully, I've been able to give you all the information you could ever want or need on these Model 3s to make an informed decision. And if I have managed to do that, well, I've been Dylan. We'll see you soon.